I just had somebody say something so rude to me. I at this particular job, we rotate from one post to another as security guards, and we'll be in the front, we'll be in the back. I'm coming from outside. I'm leaving the parking lot, coming into the building. When I'm coming into the building, there's 3 other guards, and I just walk behind them, and there's some paper towels, and I just tear one off, and I start to wipe the sweat because I'm coming from outside. And as I'm doing that, one turns and says, good morning. Mind you, I've actually already seen them on each of them at least one other time. I believe 2, but at least one other time, and said a brief, hey, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. And he was joking, and we normally do this in passing because the entire 8 hours is us rotating from one post to another throughout the shift for security purposes. And so the other one says, oh, you're coming in, so that means that one of them needs to move now that I've come into this space. So one of them is a superior, and he's the sergeant, and he says, we will be conducting, just to let you know, we'll be conducting random checks, and we're going to get you guys to you to be doing the purses. The other guy says, oh yeah, and I say back to him, look at you saying, oh yeah, and he says, stay in your lane. And he looks at both of the men, and when he says it, and I just observe maybe that little like veering off from the normal, hey, jokey joke, pass and go to another another post throughout our 8 hours. He wanted to let it be known. I feel like he wanted to let it be known that he has an issue with me. I think he saw me as an opportunity to demonstrate maybe something, or just to bring himself out in their presence at my expense. I could be, you could say, oh, I'm thinking about it too deep. You could say, oh, it's not even like that, or whichever one. I've been noticing his body language. So me even saying anything toward this guy besides hello, I've got to admit, I have been picking up anytime we've had to do our rotations and he and I are sharing a post, then I've seen him turn his body. I've seen him be short. I've seen him begin to act like he's reading the rotation schedule for the entire 1 hour. I've seen him, and these small things are cues to me to shut up, don't talk with him, keep it moving. He don't want to talk, which is fine. People, I like to respect that people are in their thoughts, they're focused on something else, they have a life outside of work, that their life here at work does not involve me, they do not want to engage. Cool. And I can honor and respect that. So me just saying hi can be even too much. So and he's just being cordial by even doing that. So mind you, this is the same gentleman that when I first came onto this shift, for at least 2 or 3 weeks, he would, when I first came to this company, he would say, hey, let's try and, I'm trying to get your number, but you're not giving it to me. And I'm just like, well, take it, because I see you or whatever, but I'm good, but I didn't feel like I needed to explain it, only because like that's in itself saying that I'm good. Like I don't want that. So that was on me for saying, oh, you're nice looking, but there's just something about, like, I wanted to know more. And then when I got to know more, I was just like, I'm good. And so I remember saying it just didn't work out. Then I remember him bringing it back up again. He was like, hey, you said your birthday was coming up. Hey, if you don't have nobody to take you out, then I'll take you out on your birthday. And I was just like, oh, how? Oh, okay, thank you. That would be nice, I guess. So I understood what his, I just felt like I should just consider him if nobody else, but I wouldn't want to put myself in that position, like, oh, nobody else will take me out, and this is the reason why you and I are meeting up. So I wouldn't want to put myself in that position, but I felt like he could have meant it another way. But seeing as where we are now, probably not. You're just that's just the way he thinks, and that's cool. And that's probably why I wasn't quick to jump on trying to get to know him in the beginning. So but I want to let any woman watching this video know that when I was doing parole, I was a parole officer. When I was working as a correctional officer, and here I am as a guard, I've been in settings before. But if you're an accountant, if you're a lawyer, if you fly airplanes, if you are in lawn care, a lot of times I'm looking at the at how men and women mix. And when it comes to me as a woman, I see how some men like to behave. And what I mean by behave, in the conversation earlier, when there were three other guards, one was the supervisor, the gentleman that told me stay in my lane, I felt like this was something that I can tie back to other times in my life where I've had this same experience, where the variables were the same. It was a man that was saying to me something in the presence of other men, and he saw it as an opportunity. All the variables were there where it was an opportunity for him. Women speaking to men, you've got to be cognizant of ego. Women, when speaking to men, you've got to be aware that when they're in the presence of other men, the jokey joke has to be established, in the comfort that they like to receive the jokey joke about themselves, about anything. You've got to establish that before they're in the presence of others. You're gonna get fired at verbally in the presence of these of their peers, like their other males, or when out of your awareness, if you haven't established that already. And also, because there's a superiority there, I know that with another topic I like to talk about, but because there is superiority there, I feel like also he wants to be able to confirm and set in stone that that's okay for him to be talking. I'm a peer. He don't make more than me, and even if he did make, he's on the same level, and he has no superiority over me. He entry level just like I am. He may be more skilled or whichever. He getting the same pay. He got to clock in and clock out, be told and be moved around like a checker piece, just like I do. So anybody that comes to you and it's just not, I haven't developed the skill yet. And when I say yet, it's as if I'm going to work on it at home. It's as if I'm going to finally one day be able to shoot back at somebody in the presence, in the moment, when they say something like a dig or a diss or they're condescending, and they're using me as an opportunity to make themselves look better. They're stepping on my own back so that they can behave as though they are better, or they are more knowledgeable, or I was in the wrong for speaking in a general conversation that you guys invited me into. I'm not going to express my anger here, but I want you to be aware. And a lot of times we can shift in emotions when we have more information about how all of this even came about. Many times it's because of their lack and their awareness of their unhappiness. They're unsatisfied with life. Then they're going to shoot back, but they're shooting back at you because you're an easier target. That'll be a different video, because I want to focus on how sometimes it's the presence or the our limitations and our candor that we exhibit and express that emits for predator, not just so much predators, but people who aren't happy, that aren't satisfied. They're going to start being snappy. They're going to say things back to you and be short with you because they're aware that they can do that. They're aware that not so much that they can do that, but more so that they feel like this is an opportunity. I will never be skilled. I don't even want to speak negative about myself, but I will never be skilled in the area to where I fire back at people negatively. It's not a part of me. It hasn't been, and it won't be. I don't know, maybe I could read a book, maybe I could watch some YouTube videos, I can get on TikTok and I can stay on that algorithm, but it's not of me. But I joke a lot. I have other skills and other talents, but that's just not where, like, roasting isn't one of them. But hollering back is not going to benefit you. Raising your voice, saying something back, how you do it is still going to be professional, because he was unprofessional. So matching him in his same own, like throwing in a dig or this or whichever, not going to work. And for whatever reason, it always looks negatively when a woman does that style. But keep in mind that when you do it, it doesn't have to be emotion filled. But it can be factual and indisputable statements, more so like, oh, okay, is this from the person who's always complaining about this? Is this the person that wants to uphold, because his persona here is, oh, that's not how we're supposed to do things according to security. If you're level 4, then you need to always have this so much, a kind of holster. We're going to buy this. We're going to buy. He wants us to abide by rules and regulations. He wants us to abide by the code of the security and be officers and guards that uphold what is supposed to be. Ain't no standard operations. You didn't write it, and so whoever running things up here, they run things that way. But he every day has something that he says, and he's saying to this person and that person, and this is who he brings along on part of his entourage, those who he's shared his grievances with, and how, based on how they respond, then they're a part of his clique and his crew. And I haven't been a part of anybody's clique or crew and since birth, but even my kids, they be trying to call me out for stuff. But that's his persona, and him taking that opportunity on me, it could be because we didn't go far with the number thing and trying to get together on that. I just was just like, oh, okay, thank you for the invitations, and that was it. But he shot today, and it was so little. And I definitely spoke up to the supervisor. I was just like, hey, moving forward, I could make it to where I don't say anything to him. I want you to know that that's intentional. Supervisor was just like, okay, cool. And I was just like, I found it condescending. Do I report that to you or to the manager? And he was just like, nah, I can take it. And he was like, I'll talk to him. I was like, oh, yeah, he might need a talking to or whatever, because so he can vent or whichever. But there's ways that I could have just avoided him. That's one. To be, for those watching this video, professionally coming at that person. And when I say professionally, managing your tone, your mannerisms, your ego. You don't owe anyone respect. You owe yourself respect. No one outside of you. You owe everyone, if you're in a workplace, cordiality. When you don't give that, now you are intentionally creating an entirely different vibe and experience for other people working. You are in control of that. And there's plenty of people, there's always got to be somebody in the office that don't want to comply. But you didn't have that attitude when you were interviewing. You didn't have that attitude on day one. And some people did, actually. They came in with an attitude, I'm grumpy, I'm got this or whatever, and I don't care how you feel about me. I'm just here to do my job, and I want to do my job at the expense of other people's well-being. But if you are a lady, keep in mind that when you're dealing with their ego and you want to make a comment, a lot of times the safer territory is when it's one-on-one. But keep in check that the comments that they make, they don't even get one. It's because once it's a negative comment towards you, it's over and done. Let them move around. When they see you, act like they don't. They should act like you're invisible. Don't accept no kind of condescending, disrespectful, smart comments, rude, sexual. Don't laugh, because laugh is approval, laugh is agreement. It's showing you're in tandem with whatever it is that they're saying. You're not. And anytime that they're hee ha ha whatever, and you approach, you're asking for it. If there's a group of guys and they already hee ha ha chit chatting and talking or whichever, and you just approach, you're asking for it. Because who knows what they could be chit chatting about? It literally could be about sports. It could be, that's a generalization. It could be about a woman. It could be about you, and you are asking for it when you just approach. But I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that be on guard for men at work that say hello, say hi, that take it upon themselves to always want to have some small talk with you when it's one-on-one. But when they are in the presence of other males, I want you to know that a lot of times you will experience a different mode of these men. And when if they don't like you, then there's a higher chance that you'll experience how they truly feel about you in the presence of other guys, and you approach them. I bet this guy that said that nonsense today couldn't wait to tell me how he feels. And a lot of times you're just talking to the coward. You're talking to the bitch of the group. And when it really came down to doing the work, whatever it is that you do, if y'all wipe windows, everybody here in this crew wipes windows, or everybody here works for the President of the United States. The one in the group that knows that they are not that they're not qualified, and they're not satisfied with their life, and they don't like a lot of things that are going on. They feel like they don't have any control. For the fact that you're a woman, they see you as less than, but you're also synonymous to an opportunity for them to make fun of you, or to sexualize you in the presence of others, because it brings them up. It is another feeling that is similar to satisfaction, but it's not satisfaction. They see you as an opportunity, and be on guard for that.